Hello and welcome to the Morning Market Update newsletter. This is Patrick White, owner of AA Commodities. AA Commodities is a full-service commodity brokerage in Spencer, Iowa, and we help farmers become better marketers by helping them learn about and use different marketing tools in their marketing strategies. I'm a farmer myself. I grew up on an 800-acre corn and soybean farm west of Spencer, Iowa, and I still help out today on our farm, and I even rent some ground myself. So, just being a farmer myself, it helps give me, just a much better perspective on the real challenges that farmers face because let's face it, it's tough out there. It's tough to make a profit. So, I built this company to help farmers become better marketers. So let's go ahead and keep my compliance department happy here and show you the disclaimer. Just remember that I'm not giving out any specific trade recommendations here today. And anything that I say is just my opinion. If you'd like to read the full disclaimer, please pause the video now. So let's go ahead and dive into the newsletter. Once again, thanks for signing up, first of all. What you guys get, this will come out every morning at 6 a.m. on the dot. And if you ever have any questions, you can give us a call at 712-262-7606, or you can just simply click reply on this email, and I'll get it. So every day we start out, I highlight the corn market, soybean market, and wheat market, and I just show you, what's the market done. Yesterday as far as what move did it make, and I have market commentary. I talk about the pertinent news, talk about the technical levels, and just what my gut feeling is. I also work with a firm called EFG Group outside of Chicago, and they're three experienced grain traders. They've got a lot of experience in this business, and they aid in my decisions. So so I've got just the market commentary here. I try and keep it as short as I can. I've got sales recommendations, and I give recommendations based on, hedging. Should you be buying put options? Should you be hedging with futures? Should you be selling corn to lock in basis like this one and reowning with futures? And kind of the neat thing I did with that was, every time I do a market recommendation, I have a video, and you can click there and you can watch the video on YouTube just to learn how, that strategy is going to benefit your farming operation. And I've also got down here, I've got, the market trend, the current trend. I've got support and resistance levels. And I do July corn, December corn, and those are actionable levels. If you want to sell some, but, you want to get the extra couple of cents, you can use that resistance level. Maybe instead of selling at 364, you read the newsletter and you can get it done at 366. Those are pretty good resistance levels. I'm pretty good at that. So, and then I've got, managed money, weekly export inspections, weekly export sales, planting progress in the spring. And, those things will change as information becomes pertinent. But, yeah, I always try and keep my guys up to date on the pertinent news. Over here in the right-hand column, I've got a lot of helpful links. I've got the market recap videos, which I've been doing weekly. I've got the latest WASDE report and quarterly stocks estimates, and I've got corn and soybean charts, and that's with the Advantage Indicator and Advantage Alerts, which I'll show you here in a second. And then you can click on the CME agricultural markets. That'll get you to the grain and livestock markets and pretty much everything. You can get corn reports, soybean reports, wheat reports, everything on the CME website that's informational. I've put into a link here as far as ag markets go. Then we drop down into weather. You can get the NOAA 6 to 10, 8 to 14 day forecasts. 24-hour rainfall totals for the Midwest. And I've got a bunch of local cash bids here for our farmers up here in Northwest Iowa. And then I've also got the links to corn Twitter and soybean Twitter. That's always a fun one. And then you can open a brokerage account as well with me. And yeah, the neat thing is about this is that, there's a lot of white space here on the right side. So if you have a specific website that you find yourself, you're always going to checking on it every day, whether it's weather or your specific market area, just shoot me an email or give me a call, and I will add a link for you on the right side of this. So, so with that being said, this is the newsletter. You get it every day at 6 a.m. You can always give me a call or email me if you have any questions there. And I do have a cash grain selling system called Advantage Alerts, and I use an indicator called the Advantage Indicator, and this is an indicator that I made in 2018. And all it does is for the corn and soybean markets, it shows the short-term extremes in price versus the average of the last X amount of days. And it sounds a little bit complex, but it's really not. Basically, whenever there is an extreme in price to the upside. There's a white dot formed on the chart, and whenever there's an extreme in price to the downside, there is a green dot formed on the chart. So as you can see here, these swings, these recent run-ups, there's an extreme in price, the market falls back. There's an extreme low, so the market tends to rally there. I mean, it's definitely not 100%, but these are my actionable levels for farmers. And so the last one that we acted on was on December 6th, I believe. Yes, December 6th of 2018. And it did pretty well. As you can see, like just looking back, just a short-term increases in prices is what it catches here. So that's what I like to catch. And I guess just with that being said though too, like just the short-term oversoldness or like the short-term extremes to the downside, you can definitely buy those, but I try and in the newsletter I try and do my best to filter it out to when's this thing gonna turn off, I guess. Versus just hopefully I do my best to read between the lines here, as if I try and wait for a rally on the long side just because of just the added risk it is. So with that being said, so this is the Advantage Alert performance over the past 9 years. So this first chart is the soybean chart, and I went back all the way back to 2010. I got the average price of the contract, of the nearby contract, the all Advantage Alert prices in there. So this is the averages on the white dots when you're selling, and I tracked that difference. So the average difference over the last 9 years is 46 cents. That's above average on soybeans, and that's on all of the Advantage Alerts. And when the funds are long, the commodity funds, when they go from short to long, and we have an Advantage Alert, that difference is then 55 cents. So between 46 and 55 cents over average there. And then this is the number of times that I give people a call every year. So it's between about 3 to 7, 8 times per year. So it's not like I'm ringing your phone off the hook, but it's just the actionable levels. And then just the number of days total as well here. So typically in a given year, we've only got about 4 or 5 weeks worth of time that we're selling into rallies. So and then here's the Advantage indicator, price difference versus the corn market. So then again, I did 2018 back to 2010. Got the average price for that, the all Advantage Alert price, and then the difference there is 35 cents over average over the last 9 years on all of the Advantage Alerts. And when the funds are long, the difference is 38 cents versus the average. And again, the number of advantages there ranges between 2 and 7. So I'm not, again, ringing your phone off the hook. This is just the 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times a year that we're in a short-term extreme versus the average, and it just helps farmers capture on on the short-term extreme there. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 712-262-7606. Or feel free to reach out to me and click the reply button on the newsletter. So thank you for signing up, and have a great day.